Okay, so the last time I was talking about the human operational system, which is the world which is holograms from our brain to our mind. We have the channels, which are our senses. We have chemical digital data, which is then used as the raw material for our hologram, and that happens very fast, which gives us stability and the continuity of what we call reality. This reality exists in a so-called space. Everybody imagines space like something out there, three-dimensional, in the best case, infinite, without end. There is a trend now from the scientists who are talking about universe expanding. So it means the space is expanding itself, or what they call universe is expanding itself in the space, which is very funny. So space is all there is, and in it is all there is. I was talking to some friend and I was making fun. I said, if there is God, and there is God, but not the one we imagine, we hologram in our minds, he must be within the space. If we use human logic, he cannot be out of the space, because space is everywhere. So God must be in the space, within the space, or in his best stretch, God is space. One aspect of God is space, as it is energy, matter, and different attributes and qualities. It's very funny though, because we think of God and we immediately see in space. There is this. There are some things which are connected and similar to each other, which is the number 0. I'll dedicate a special video to it. The number 0, space, and God. All these three, let's say, things, which are not things, all these three things they generate existence. I would say they are like, let's start with 0, for example. It's like a gate, it's not the non-thing, the non-existence. It actually is a portal. Actually, it generates what comes behind, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, volume, mass, numbers, volumes in the negative and positive sense. So 0 becomes unperceptible, but it's so important because just like space, it generates existence. But if we think of zero as empty, which is very Buddhistic in itself, because Buddha concepted existence as a nothingness, then of course there is no manifestation. Nothing generates out of it. But if we see space, zero, and even God as portals, as generators of existence, then that might change the perception of reality. Even for the scientists, they talk now with a big word, quanta, the smallest particles. I think this is a baby science for our present race, but it might be very, very, very old. Very old. We are rediscovering things, I might say. They're discovering that the space in itself is never empty, and then they'll discover that the space generates matter and energy, so the space is not empty. The zero, which is very funny, it's a circle. It is not, it's a circle. It has boundaries and it's still boundless. The zero is in itself a generator of everything that comes behind it. Without the zero, there are no numbers. It's not a beginning, because then must be another beginning, and that is the thing with the zero, comma, etc. So it's a portal. So if God, which let's say is the generator of the manifestation, and one is of his attributes is space, and I mean by space the one space we are able to perceive, which might be only a block, a layer of many other spaces, subspaces, hyperspaces. The deeper we go now with the quantum physics, the more we understand how small and how far from reality we are. So don't consider zero as an empty thing, as nothingness. Don't consider space as empty and nothingness. Don't look at God as something in the space. That is all for today.